The Galactic Council had grown comfortable with humanity's restraint. For 3 decades, the humans had absorbed insults, territorial incursions, and trade embargoes with nothing more than diplomatic protests and carefully worded statements. The other species had learned to view them as soft, a curious anomaly in a galaxy where strength was measured in firepower and territorial conquest. Ambassador Chen stood before the council chambers, her face a mask of practiced calm. Behind her, the holographic display showed the smoldering remains of New Terra, humanity's agricultural colony in the Outer Rim. 2 million souls had called it home. Now it was ash and radiation. The Cravathi Empire claims this was an accident, she said, her voice steady. A military exercise gone wrong. Council Speaker Vexthor, a towering reptilian whose species had dominated the council for centuries, clicked his mandibles in what passed for amusement among his kind. Accidents happen in contested space, Ambassador. Perhaps humanity should reconsider establishing colonies in regions where stronger powers operate. The chamber filled with the varied sounds of alien approval, chirps, hisses, and guttural rumbles. They had heard this dance before. The humans would protest, perhaps levy sanctions that hurt their own economy more than anyone else's, and eventually accept reality. That was the human way. Chen's jaw tightened almost imperceptibly. I see. Then let the record show that humanity requested justice, and the council offered only mockery. Something in her tone made Vexthor pause, but he dismissed it. Humans were emotional creatures. They would rage, then submit. It was their nature. Chen left the chamber without another word. 72 hours later, the Cravathi Third Fleet, the very fleet responsible for New Terra's destruction, vanished. All 47 warships, including 3 dreadnoughts, simply ceased to exist. No distress signals, no debris fields, no survivors. They were there one moment and gone the next. The Cravathi Emperor demanded answers. The council convened emergency sessions, and humanity said nothing. When the Cravathi Fourth Fleet was dispatched to investigate, they found their ships. Or rather, they found what was left of them. The vessels had been systematically dismantled. Every crew member placed in escape pods programmed to return home. On the hull of each pod, a message was etched in perfect Cravathi script. Consider this a warning. The galaxy reeled. In centuries of council records, no one had ever seen military action executed with such precision and restraint, combined with such overwhelming force. The humans hadn't killed anyone, but they had demonstrated they could have. Ambassador Chen returned to the council chambers. This time when she spoke, the room was silent. For 30 years we have played by your rules, she said. We have turned the other cheek. We have negotiated in good faith. We have absorbed your contempt because we believed in the principles of this council, that civilization meant something beyond mere survival of the strongest. She paused, her gaze sweeping across the assembled aliens. We were wrong. You mistook our patience for weakness, our restraint for inability, our hope for naivety. Vexthor found his voice. You dare threaten this council? The combined might of— We threaten no one, Chen interrupted, her voice cutting through his bluster like ice. We are simply done asking permission to exist, done begging for the justice that should be freely given, done pretending that your failure to act is anything other than complicity. She activated a holographic display. It showed not military targets but data, trade routes, communication networks, resource distribution patterns. The economic infrastructure of the entire Galactic Council, mapped in perfect detail. For 3 decades you thought we were simply enduring. We were actually learning. Every insult, every slight, every injustice, we documented, we analyzed, we prepared. Not because we wanted war, but because we hoped peace would prevail. We gave you every opportunity to prove that civilization meant something in this galaxy. The chamber erupted in outrage, but Chen continued, her voice rising above the chaos. The Cravathi fleet is intact. Every soldier is alive. We returned them to their families because we are not like you. We don't kill to make a point, but make no mistake, we can. And we will if forced. She leaned forward, and for the first time the assembled species saw something in human eyes that chilled them. Not anger, not rage, but cold, calculated resolve. Humanity is formally withdrawing from the Galactic Council, effective immediately. We will establish our own territories, defend our own people, and forge our own alliances. Any species that wishes to trade, to cooperate, to build genuine peace, you are welcome. But the days of using humanity as a convenient punching bag are over. You cannot survive alone, Vexthor roared. The galaxy will crush you. Chen smiled, and it was not a pleasant expression. You've spent 30 years underestimating us. I'd suggest you don't make it 31. She turned to leave, then paused at the threshold. Oh, and one more thing. The 17 species currently planning a coordinated strike against human space. Yes, we know about your little secret alliance. Might want to reconsider. We've already seeded your command networks with enough surprises to make the Third Fleet incident look like a warm-up exercise. The silence that followed was absolute. Chen departed, and humanity never returned to the council chambers. Within a year, 16 species had established bilateral treaties with humanity, drawn by fair trade practices and technological exchange rather than intimidation. The secret alliance Vexthor had been building quietly fell apart. The Kravathi Empire issued a formal apology and reparations for New Terra. They claimed it was the honorable thing to do. Everyone knew it was fear. The galaxy learned a lesson that day, one that echoed through the centuries that followed. Humanity's greatest strength was never their technology or their numbers. It was their capacity to endure, to hope, to give second chances and third and fourth, but it was finite. And when patience finally snapped, when hope was exhausted and restraint abandoned, humanity didn't rage. They simply stopped pretending the game was fair and started playing to win. No species ever forgot the day they learned that lesson, and none were foolish enough to test it again.